Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
My name is Jill Dreves, and I am the founder and executive director of Wild Bear Nature Center.
And for those who don't know, can you explain the mission of Wild Bear?
Well, Wild Bear is a 26-year-old organization. We inspire people of all ages to connect with nature and community through creative exploration of the outdoors. And we have a nature center with exhibits and all ways for people to explore. It's open 360 days of the year, free to the general public. And then we have all kinds of nature programs throughout the year when school is not in session for children. And we also have adult and family nature programs. And we help preserve Mud Lake. So there's 260 wild acres that Wild Bear was a key partner with Boulder County and Town of Netherland to preserve. And Wild Bear owns 5 acres where we'll be building our future nature center.
If I remember correctly as well, that new space is where you guys are going to be hosting your Enchanted Forest this year. Am I correct?
That is true. Yes, the 20th annual Enchanted Forest, which we're thrilled to be offering this outdoor event September 25th from 11 to 6 to the general public. And it takes place on our 5 acres, and we have really incredible wild animals, which are really volunteers in costumes, on the trail, and families get tours of our half-a-mile trail to meet up with maybe the bear or the mountain lion and learn about how we can more peacefully coexist with these creatures. And kids get goodies in their goodie bags, and there's live music and magical performances and crafting and discovery and fairy house building and all kinds of fun things. And it is a magical nature festival for Wild Bear, a fundraiser, but it's also extraordinarily fun. You can find that information on wildbear.org.
And you guys hosted the event last year, but through email, right?
Yeah, so we didn't, of course, have this event last year. We were all very sad, but we did do a series of videos. Creatures come out of the forest and share on our 5-minute films. It can be found on our website. You can check out some of these animals. For example, the salamander is hanging out at Mud Lake and talking about his life there. That's what we did last year, is we made a series of videos of our animals.
What has appealed to you the most about the Enchanted Forest over the last 20 years or so that you've been doing it?
Well, I think that it expresses wholly what Wild Bear is. It's a really creative expression of nature, getting people really engaged in the magic, the mystery that exists out there that often we don't think about. I love the creativity that gets inspired through that event, and people talk about it all the time. Children, when they get home, they really talk a lot about it with their families. Parents just love it. And it's really for all ages. I mean, we get people without children that come out there, and that's also exciting to me because I think that we all forget that everyone has that child within them, and it's good to be reminded of that and to feel the magic and mystery of nature. We're too addicted to electronics, and we're too busy to notice. So it is a time to just sort of stop for a minute and feel happy about the planet and our place in it.
And what do you hope that visitors take away from visiting the Enchanted Forest and from experiencing all that there is to experience there?
I think mostly they should leave with a new sense of wonder of the forest, you know, that when they go out into the forest, that there's just a real feeling of mystery and magic. It's really phenomenal to think about how do these animals survive without a grocery store? How do they do it through that most crucial freezing cold winter, you know, to have these theatrical performances by our volunteers, I think really inspires a real joy of being outside, which is our mission. I think it's unique, and I know that visitors leave with that great sense of creativity from Wild Bear.
Is there anything else big you want to add about the event or the Nature Center as a whole, or anything else exciting coming up?
Yeah, well, another exciting thing that people will take away when they go to the event is they'll get to see the site for the future Nature Center, which is going to be extraordinary. We're excited because we're moving along. We have our development design completed. It's a net zero 8,500 square foot nature center facility that'll have opportunities for the public to engage in exhibits, but also play on the playscape and hike the half-mile trail with a guidebook and go in and hang out by the wildlife viewing window or head upstairs to the observation deck or go inside downstairs in a makerspace. And it's a very important project for our Boulder County community for really serving a niche in terms of helping people understand how to engage in nature and how to protect themselves, but also how to protect nature. And it also serves as an incredible, as it does right now, child care center, which is nature integrated for children to get outside and explore their backyard and feel connected to the earth. So I'm excited about that project. It's going to be an incredible resource to the region for all ages. Enchanted Forest is going to be right on the site where the building will be built. We'll have our building committee there and others that can talk about it. I hope the community comes out and really gets engaged with the future of Wild Bear and also these incredible volunteers that make everything happen at Wild Bear. It's a great place to volunteer. I'm thrilled with our, 26-year-old organization that continues to grow and thrive and serve and become more and more important to the bigger global picture of protection of the earth and climate change and all of that. Now is a great time for people to get involved in your local nature center, no matter where you live. The nature center is an opportunity really for people to get grounded, literally, and to really do a very simple, very important part in their community to really understand the backyard and to get out there, breathe some fresh air, take the chill off, all the stress we have, and engage in that very simple act of nature. Being out there, be part of nature. And our philosophy at Wild Bear is that we are nature. And we should remember that we're not something separate. That's our overarching goal. And I hope we get to see everybody at the Enchanted Forest. And I also hope that we get to see more visitors at the Nature Center as it is currently. We're located in downtown Nederland as an interim nature center. And there's all kinds of things to do and find out where to hike and what to look for when you're outside. And we hope to see you there.
And this is that question that I just have as well, just because I know I keep messing this up in my head whenever I've volunteered at the center and people have asked me, is the center moving to the new space, or is this just going to be a whole new extra place where kids can go to Mud Lakes immediately?
Wild Bear is going to get off the cement parking lot completely and be 100% in nature. That's our goal. So we would be moving the whole operation out there. And our hope is that's fall of 2023. So it's coming up.
All right.
And it's going to be a destination point. Currently, we're in the shopping center, and I think we're, unless you're local and you know about Wild Bear, we're generally a stumble upon organization. Oh, what's this? Whereas I know when we're out there in this amazing place in a net zero building that can teach about low impact building and landscape, it'll be a destination where people will go there specifically to visit the nature center. I know our visitation and our program participation and all that we're doing is going to grow exponentially once we open that building.
Amazing.
Jamie, what a pleasure to talk to you.
It's a pleasure to talk to you as well. It always has been. For those who don't know, I've been going to the Nature Center since I was a kid. And so I love Wild Bear. I love everything you guys do. And I'm so excited for the Nature Center. I'm so excited for the Enchanted Forest. And I think it's all going to be amazing.
Volunteering
I
at the Nature
hope so.
Yay, I hope so too.
I plan to.
Well, Jamie, you're the best example of once a wild bear, always a wild bear.
I really, really appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming on and talking about this.
Absolutely.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.